Index laws. We've got some value in the brackets here. Turns out to be 125x to the 6 over y to the 15. But let's just say it's a. We've got a to the power of 2/3. We know that a to the m to the n is equal to a to the mn. So if we consider 2/3 as mn, then this is either a squared to the power of a third, or, same thing, a to the power of a third squared. What does a to the power of a third mean? Well, a to the power of 1 over n, let's say, is equal a to the nth root. And all this information we can use to work this out. So we've got to decide whether or not we're going to square everything in the bracket here and then take the cube root, or take the cube root and then square. Now, if we square first, we're going to have to go up very high because 125 squared is a large number, and then we've got to do x to the 6 squared and y to the 15 squared. That's y to the 45 and all this sort of stuff. Better, I think, is to take the cube root first. So we'll choose this one. The cube root of 125 is 5. The cube root of x to the 6 is x squared. The cube root of y to the 15 is y to the 5. And then we need to square this. And that's going to give us 25 x to the 4. And then y to the 10. That's the answer to this first one. 25, oops, let's make sure I've got enough room to write it properly. 25 x to the 4 over y to the 10. This one at the bottom here, whenever you see index law questions like this with different bases, so we're raising 4 to some power, here we're raising 64, we want to kind of write them all to the same base. 64 is 4 cubed, so we can immediately write this as 4 to the n equals 4 to the m over 4 cubed to the p. Let's write that neatly if I can. Now, that's equal to 4 to the m over, and looking at this rule, this rule, I can write that as 4 to the 3p. And I also know that since we're dividing here, I can write this as 4 to the m minus 3p. And so if I've got 4 to the n is equal to 4 to the m minus 3p, it must be true that n is equal to m minus 3p. So m minus 3p is your answer there.